Hello, gang. Welcome back to another episode of Dear God, Some of You Concern Me. I'm your host, Fuckface, and I know the title of the video says Monogamous People Concern Me, but I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't know if queer monogamous people act like this. Is it possible? Oh, sure, it is, definitely, especially with the culture we have created around relationships. It is very possible. Is it mostly straight people that I am dealing with in this video? Also, yes, because straight people are a little bit more concerning on this front. Just to establish, I am mostly monogamous with some exceptions. So, this is not hatred towards monogamy as a concept. This is rather a hatred towards the culture you guys have created, usually surrounding monogamy. Dear God, I feel like none of you know how to have a healthy relationship, just in general. Like, it is genuinely concerning what I see, and I'm unsure whether or not it is representative of, a large majority of people. And I guess that's the problem, is when you see the same joke over and over and over again, you start to wonder if this is representative of a large group of people, and then you start to get concerned for that group of people. Anyways, I was unceremoniously graced with more TikToks about relationships, which is already just kind of overdone and overplayed. They were beaten into the ground with a stick, and cheesy and annoying. And, I tried to ignore it, do my big boy coping mechanisms and ignore it. I'm just concerned with how monogamous people, especially monogamous straight people, function in relationships. Let's talk about the TikTok. It's a reel. Once again, I don't have TikTok because I have a little bit of self-respect. Not a lot, but a little bit. This was the first one that made me go, all right, I'm going to start saving these whenever they come on my For You page, so I can make a video about how you guys are concerning.
Is it okay to have female friends when you have a girlfriend?
Yes.
Why?
Because we're too fucking old for this toxic, controlling shit. You females need to work out your insecurity issues before getting into a relationship and traumatizing an innocent dude.
So you wouldn't be jealous at all if your girlfriend had male friends?
Well, that's different because they obviously want to sleep with her.
I don't even know where to start. First and foremost, if a partner of mine ever expressed that they did not want me to have my woman friends that I have, I would dump them immediately. Not even a second of thought would go into that, and it would still be the correct action to take. I do not value romantic relationships over my friendships because I do not think that there is more of an intrinsic value to one over the other. Like a normal, healthy person. If you're going to waltz into my life as a person that I've barely known for even a quarter of it, and demand that I do not speak to those who have been in my life for a quarter of it, you can fuck right off. I see all of these TikToks about hating the opposite sex friends of your partner. And these straight people mostly will act like women cannot have male friends and men cannot have women friends. And it's so weird to me, considering most of my friends have been women since I've been a child. I've had some dude friends, sure, but most of my friends have been women. And if a woman ever came into my life and told me I could not have woman friends, she'd be out of my life so fast she wouldn't even know what happened. I don't put up with petty childish shit like this, and neither should you. If you act like this, man, woman, any of you, act like this and are concerned about your partner having a certain gendered friend, I think you need to grow up, because you're acting like a teenager that's been in a relationship for the first time. In fact, I've known teenagers to be in a relationship for the first time that have acted more mature than this. And this stuff gets like kind of violent too. I know this is a joke. I'm going to say that multiple times throughout this video because I'm going to get so many people. They're just like, it's just a joke. Okay, if it's just a joke and there is no reality within these jokes, then why are there so many of them? Why are there so many of them and you guys do not stop making these goddamn jokes? Something tells me that maybe they're jokes because they're based in reality a little bit. Maybe they're jokes joking about your reality. Mayhaps.
No, I can't laugh yet. I've got to hold it in. They're all gonna die.
Yeah, it gets like violent almost, even though it's a hyperbolic joke and I know that. Why would your spouse having dude friends make you that upset? Are you that insecure? Do you not trust her? Because that's what that's telling me. That's telling me that you don't trust her and you are not mature enough to be in a relationship. And that's a response to a lot of these jealousy monogamous TikToks, is that like a lot of you are just not mature enough to be in a relationship. Whether you're the one that's cheating on your partner or you're the one that's, you know, being jealous over every little thing ever and acting like you have ownership over this other person. You guys simply should not be in relationships. There's this huge trend on TikTok right now. Here's an example.
I wish I had a time machine.
And there's that particular trend with that particular sound, but there's also a bunch of other TikToks in the same vein where they'll jokingly say that they get upset when their partner talks about their past relationships and act like it's, you know, disgusting that they'd have been with anyone before them. And it's so weird to me. I don't find it cute. And once again, to shut you the fuck up, I understand it's a joke. But there are too many of them for me to think that it is not based in some sort of reality where somehow, even though you're the one with the partner right now, you are still jealous that they had a life before you. You are not their life. They're their own person. You know, you don't own them. And it's just, it throws me off so much because, like, even if they're joking or being, you know, hyperbolic about being jealous about past relationships, it's still weird that you would be in the first place. Like, yeah, your partner's a person, not a doll. I'm sorry that you had to find this out this way. I don't know what to tell you. The obsessive, controlling nature of monogamous people at this point in time is so concerning to me. And I've said that so many times at this point, but that's the only thing I could say is that it's concerning and unhealthy. Why would she need to block a dude? Because he's a dude? What if he's her friend, her brother, her cousin? Like, men exist in women's lives not only to be romantic interests, but to, you know, be other types of people to them, their father, their cousin, their friend. It's controlling. You want ownership over this other person. You don't own them. That is a separate person from you. They can make their own decisions, and unless they are actually cheating on you, I do not see a problem with them speaking to another person of the opposite sex. It gets into weird possessive abuse territory, and I hate it. The obsession with wanting your partner to not follow anybody of the opposite sex, talk to anybody of the opposite sex, be in the general vicinity of anyone of the opposite sex can't be considered healthy. In fact, it should be considered abusive at the very least. I don't understand why you guys think relationships mean ownership of another person. I understand where the roots are. It has to do with, you know, religion and marriage and all that, and how marriage technically was a ownership of another person, specifically women. So that's where that comes from.
I do not like to share.
And that reel I just showed you, that is the perfect example of the weird possessive ownership that some straight monogamous folks like to have over their partners. Why do we consider that normal enough to make the same joke about it over and over and over again? you guys greatly concern me. And there are lots of reasons you guys greatly concern me. But this unhealthy, borderline abusive behavior towards your partner is not good. And here's another reel to exemplify that. It gets abusive real fast. Go, best friend. Once again, I understand it's a joke, but this joke, once again, must have some basis in reality for there to be so many jokes about sneakily stealing your partner's phone. If you do not trust your partner enough to not invade their privacy, you should not be in a relationship with them, first of all, because obviously you don't trust them. And second of all, you shouldn't be in a relationship. You have some other issues to work out before you can successfully be in a relationship with another person. I don't find bribing your child to be emotionally manipulative and abusive to be a funny joke, but, to each their own, I guess. And besides all of the possessiveness, the jealousy, straight monogamous people are one of the dumbest motherfuckers on this entire planet when it comes to making good life decisions. Queer people, we have our own issues. Polyamorous people probably have their own issues. But I cannot get over, and this has been years I have been saying this. I've already made a video on this that still mostly reigns true. How do you guys just get into relationships with people that you don't know? I saw this photo on some weird finance bro Instagram account the other day, and I just sat there with my jaw open. Before you get married, discuss bills, parenting styles, credit, debt, religion, how to deal with family, what beliefs will be instilled in your children, childhood traumas, sexual expectations, partner expectations, financial expectations, family health history, mental health history, bucket list, dream home, careers, education, political views, and whatever else comes to mind. Love is not enough. What have you guys been doing this entire fucking time? How do you love them without knowing any of that? I am blown away. Are you guys idiots? Why are you getting into relationships and not knowing these things or actively trying to find these things out? You're telling me people get married and don't know these things. Listen, in the end, it's your choice. You can do whatever the fuck you want. It's not my life, and you're going to make your own decisions. But I will say I told you so, and I will not be a shoulder to cry on. When a relationship where you don't know these things goes awry because you were thinking with your metaphorical or physical dick, why do you guys get into long-term romantic relationships and not know the people that you're getting into these relationships with? It will forever blow my goddamn mind. You do realize that at that point, it's not romance, right? You're just being horny. You just want to have sex, which is fine. But you're getting into romantic relationships in a sexual relationship kind of way. You need to be able to establish that this is a sexual relationship and not a romantic one, because you don't know shit about the person. You just want to fuck, which once again, that's fine. But you need to know the difference because you guys obviously don't. And straight monogamous people are the main perpetrators of this, I'd like to think. A lot of you should not be in relationships. I think a lot of you need to be alone for a little bit, if I'm being honest. Maybe think about, life, what's going on in your world. Maybe focus on yourself a little bit, because it's obvious some of you cannot handle a real adult relationship. I know teenagers that have healthier relationships than some of you.